Hi everyone, today I'm going to give you a demo of Phoenix. Phoenix is an LLM observability tool. It's completely open source, so you can try it out, check it out on your own data. And Phoenix is used to observe LLM applications, so you actually see the entire stack trace, as well as help you evaluate it. So let's get started. Today I'm going to show you Phoenix on a chat on your docs type of application. If you're not familiar, there's a lot of these applications that are now powered by LLMs where users can ask questions on a document, on product documentation, and it retrieves the relevant information and then answers the question. So in order to launch Phoenix, first thing you need to do is actually set up a callback manager or a tracer. These work with OpenAI, they work with LangChain, they work with Llama Index. It's typically a line or two of code. And once you get this configured, it actually can start logging all of the traces into a UI. So in this case over here, I've already pre-run it. You can actually see that it's logged several traces. And in this case, a trace, you can think about it as a sequence of spans. In this example, it's collecting an entire user interaction between them asking a question. So there's a question about things like, how do I delete a model? How much does a license cost? And then it's also logging the output. Within a trace, there's many spans. A span, you can think about it as like a unit of work, takes any span of time. And in this span over here, there's actually several different, in this trace over here, there's actually several different spans. So first off, there's actually the query. It then does an embedding. It then retrieves all the relevant document information. And then it uses that all to make a call to an LLM using a prompt template to generate back a response. This is actually really important to get visibility into because there's really not just one call that's happening. It's kind of a black box once you set up an application. And so Phoenix gives you ability to just see the entire stack trace of what happened, what were all the calls that were made, which calls took the longest, which calls used the most tokens, and then when something goes wrong, where actually in the stack did it go wrong? In this example here, we really only had 4 traces, but as this grows, you really need a simple way to figure out what traces to go look into. What traces are the ones where the responses are not that great? So for this, we've actually do support with Phoenix an LLM evaluations library. There's a number of common pre-tested evals that are used, so things like retrieval, hallucinations. And for this application, we've actually already set up some common evals, such as hallucination and question and answer correctness. So I can go through here and see, okay, this one's correct, this one says it's correct. And there's actually an example here where it looks like it's not correct. So let's go dig into that. Again, all of these evals, I'll just show you a quick example. They're all tested on benchmark data sets. And this one, the hallucination eval, is really just generating, is it factual or is it hallucinated if the response is based off of information in the reference text. So in this case, looks like the question is, how do I delete a model? It hallucinated on this question. Phoenix supports an ability to actually generate an explanation on these evals. So I can see here when it hallucinated, it says the query asks how to delete a model. The reference information provides information about custom metrics, yada, yada, but it does not provide any information about deleting a model. Therefore, the answer is not based on the reference text and assumes information that's not available in the reference text. So essentially what it's saying is it retrieved information, but it didn't use that information to actually answer the question. And so it's actually probably hallucinating an answer. And so you can actually generate these evals at an overall level, or you can, at the trace or the span. You can also generate the evals on the individual documents. In this case, if I go over to the actual documents that were retrieved, I can run an eval to see, is the document relevant to the question that the user is actually answering? I can see here, this document's about some custom metrics. Again, very irrelevant to the question that the user actually asked. So quick example, quick demo, but hopefully gives you a view to see how you can use Phoenix to get visibility into your stack, generate evals, and troubleshoot your application.